Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back in the studio for another episode of The North and Cork in the North. It's very simple. Aaron, how are you today, man?
Yeah, really well. Thanks. How have you been?
Do you know what? I have had a stressful couple of weeks. I've been doing some solo shows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, tell me all about it.
Oh, they've been going great. Very excited. Did you see me go viral a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, I can't remember. I think, yes, it was so long ago.
Did you see that viral video from a couple of weeks ago?
Sure. Any dickhead can get a viral video.
That's my second or third viral ever.
Nice.
Got up to 2.5 million, 3 million views or something like that.
You can retire soon.
You can retire on, you get nothing.
Oh, you get, if anything, you pay money.
If anything, it costs you.
It has cost
to have a viral video
to have those views. You did your Comedy Central space.
I did my Comedy Central special, which goes out at the end of the year.
Hi, tell me everything about that. I want to know the inner workings of everything. Like,
so
production wise, like what's a day like? You wake up that day. How does it all fucking? I want to hear it.
Okay, I recently filmed a set for Comedy Central UK, which goes out online and on the TV. And I got booked and they rang me up and they went, Andrew, we want you on Comedy Central. And I went, you have contacted the right Andrew.
Yeah.
And I am a comedian and I am available. Mm-hmm. So what happened was, when you get booked for something that goes on telly, normally the producer will then ring you and say, okay, this is what we want. You're not allowed to talk about the pandemic. You can't really talk about anything topical because it has to be universal. So it has to age well. So if you were on stage, you're talking about Rishi Sunak, and then he loses his job 2 weeks later.
There's no topical material in the Prime Minister's.
So you have to be very sort of quite, not generic.
Evergreen material.
Evergreen material that you know that will still be funny in 2 years' time. So obviously you go through what you want, then you have to be clean. So actually what happens is, you kind of have to condense what you think will work. So I then have to send through a transcript. I have to type every joke out on a piece of paper.
Do you know there's a great way to do that, by the way? Because I had to do that recently.
Is that on the dictation? On
dictation
the thing? Yeah.
Such a game changer.
Yeah.
For you, when you have to do that shit, because it is shit.
Yeah. So I typed it out and I thought, I'll do this routine because it's really funny. So the routine that I was doing was about how I think funerals, Irish people are the best at funerals, that if funerals were in the Olympics, that Ireland would win gold medal all the time. So I've been performing that piece of material for a while, and I always knew it worked in a comedy club, and I also thought it would make me stand out a little bit more because of the type of topic that I was talking about. And they're like, oh, this is an interesting topic. He's talking about his mum's death. So I then typed all that out, and then as I typed it out, I looked at it, and it's just not funny. When you read a joke on a piece of paper,
it's awful.
Because there's no nuance, there's no timing, there's no delivery. It's absolutely so cringe.
It reads
so
awful.
Bad.
Yeah.
But then I luckily had a load of recordings of my gigs. So what I did was I cut the section of that material down and I sent it on transcript and I sent an audio clip. So I said, look, here's the script, but also here's me performing the material in a comedy club in London. And then you can hear the reaction from the audience. So then it goes off to the legal department, and the legal department of Comedy Central then have to check it to make sure that I'm not being liable, I'm not slagging anyone off that I shouldn't be doing. I don't really do that in comedy anyway, but no. I then get the green light, and then they book you in. So this particular show has been recorded in the Pleasance in Islington in North London, which is an amazing venue, and it's recording over 4 nights in a row, and each night there's 8 comedians. So 8, 16, 20, 32, so it's 32 comedians, right? Over 4 nights, so that's 32 different clips to go up online, and you film for 8 minutes, and they cut it down to 4. So they give you a bit of leeway, so that if one joke doesn't work, you can kind of jump back in. So what happens is there's a compare on the night, and it's run like any normal comedy club, but you have to be there at a certain time. So you have to be there. So if the show starts at 7:30, you kind of have to be there at 4:30. So you have to do clothes. You're not allowed to have anything stripy. That's right. No labels. Yeah. Hair and makeup. You also have to make sure that you're on with people who are not doing a similar topic of material. So there's quite a lot of work that goes into it. Then when you arrive, you have to rehearse where you're going to come on, which side you're going to come on, when you're going to come on, and when you're on stage, you're not allowed past a certain line on stage because that's where the camera angles are. You know yourself from editing videos. Yeah. But the crowd that are coming into the gig, they're comedy crowds, but they're coming to watch a TV show be made. They're not coming to a comedy club. Yeah. And my natural home is a comedy club. 8 o'clock, people out, a couple of pints in front of them. You all up for a good laugh. Anything can happen in the night, bit of banter. You probably saw from the video that I did where I talked to a girl from Cork. We found out that I knew her auntie and I knew one of her sons from school in Cork. And that's the beauty of the comedy club. You're able to create something that can never be created before. Whereas when you do like a TV show, it's kind of like, I have to hit the following areas. So I can't really deviate. I can't. I'm not saying I'm not myself on stage, but I have a job to do. And this job has to be followed from A to B, C, D to give the TV crew the best possible opportunity to cut this up, to have it like perfect, so that when it goes out on television, it looks slick, it looks professional. The jokes I'm doing are getting across properly. The audience are reacting. And I'm thinking to myself, just go out there and do what you would do in a club anyway. And then when I went on, I walked out. I just felt the most relaxed I've ever done in front of a TV camera, and I think what it's because I've been filming so much more and putting it up on TikTok and Instagram. My worry about how I come across is gone now. And actually being more natural is actually was what people want. Instant, reacting to something in the crowd, reacting to somebody shouting at you or heckling you or anything like that. That's what people want. They want to see the rawness of it. So I just walked out and I did a couple of jokes that weren't in the script just to warm up. Audience kind of went for it. Did my bit, went really well, felt really relaxed, but had to hit my beats, had to hit the beats. And then halfway through, I just kind of stopped and I just looked at the crowd and I went, they're going to cut this up to fuck. And the place because I was the first one to break character.
Yeah. You're addressing what's happening in the room.
Yeah, I was the first one to break character. And then I continued filming it. Finished. I got 2 clap breaks.
That's good.
Came off afterwards. I was working with comedians that I'd never worked with before. Watched a lot of them. Stephen Buchanan, really great. Bella Hull was very good. Never worked with them before. Obviously, had seen them online. And then when you get to work with them, you can kind of see what comedians who are kind of on the way up as well, who are only 4 or 5, see what they're talking about as well. See what people in their mid-20s are talking about.
Yeah.
As opposed to me, who's, in my mid-30s. Shut up.
Sorry.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I did that. So that'll come out hopefully. And hopefully I don't get dropped. I have filmed stuff for TV.
The panic in your voice.
I have though. Like, I have filmed stuff for TV and I've been dropped. And that's what happens.
Did you still get paid?
I still got paid. Yeah, but it didn't go out though.
I know.
And to me, it's like, I don't do comedy for money. The money is amazing, but I do it for money. I don't do comedy for money. This is a passion. It's a craft. It's a skill. And to get paid is amazing.
Yes.
And to be told, like, I want you on this TV show, it's such an amazing feeling. And then you come off stage and we had a couple of drinks and I just like went back to my hotel that night and I was just like, I was just buzzing for myself. Good. Making progress all the time in life.
That's good. That's
always stepping forward. Don't get me wrong. I get a lot of things in my life wrong.
Yes.
A lot of things wrong. I'm no good at, I'm just no good in certain areas of my life. I need someone to hold my hand in things that I do in life.
Yeah.
But when it comes to me going on stage, I fucking love it, man.
Well, that's good.
Such a buzz out of comedy.
You say there's 32 acts on. What way does the show get edited, structured? So is there 3 comedians an episode? Or?
Yeah, well, no, what they do is they release 32 clips online.
So it's all online?
Yeah, and then I think they package, say, 2 or 3 clips to a show every so often. It's all mixed bag, so it's the same set. You never see the host. So it's all a straight cut in, you see. You come in hard to it.
Yeah.
So you don't know. So I could be on a show with somebody, but that guy might not have filmed with me on my night. He might have been on the following night.
I see.
So what they do is they're creating a show that can mix up the 32 at any time. So the 32 all go online, and then I think they put 4 or 5 into one show, late at night. Just package. What they're doing is they're trying to create different packages.
Yeah.
You know what the way, there's so many different formats now for TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and streaming. They're trying to create attention span comedy as well, is another thing. I always say, just put 3 minutes of me out. I don't want 6 or 7 minutes out online. I remember I did Russell Howard's Good News, 15 minutes.
Wow.
Who the fuck's watching that? I didn't even watch it.
No one. But do you ever notice when, I feel like this with stand-up specials, more so nowadays than ever, and I don't know if it is a direct impact or effect of just internet video and short-form video and things of that nature, but trying to watch anyone, even a comedian I enjoy, their 60-minute special in the house, I just find it very difficult. And I think the reason being is when you go out to more stand-up as well, you realize that being out in the event is so much fucking better than when you're sitting on your television watching the filmed and edited version of the... You could watch two of the exact same sets, and if you watch it in your home or if you watch it live, the one live seems 10 times better than the one on your TV. I think actually, if I was when I eventually put one out, it'll probably only be 30 minutes max, because I think for people watching at home, that's probably the maximum sweet spot you can have.
30-minute specials, I think, are the way forward.
Yeah.
Not 55, 60 minutes. What you do is you give them 30. What you do is you record your special, you release 30, you wait 6 months, you release the other 30.
You could do that, yeah.
And then you record them. And I think, say, look, it's only 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I would even do 25 minutes.
Yeah. I
20
do.
to 25 minutes. It's a cup of tea. My special is a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Watch me over a cup of tea and a biscuit, 25 minutes. You get your blast, and then after the 25 minutes, you can check your phone, follow me online, buy tickets to the shows. Hey, how you doing?
There you go. But yeah, it feels like there was a while there, probably more so in the 2010s, where our specials were like just normal and everyone, but it just feels like recently.
No, it's changing.
Trying to get
I was putting up videos online on like Instagram and TikTok, and they'd be like 55, 60 seconds. And then when I looked into the analytics, people are dropping off after 25.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, the fucking joke hasn't even happened yet.
Oh,
what I'm doing is I'm setting up the premise for you.
Aye.
Now, I just do 30 to 35 seconds.
Oh,
Major
yeah.
impact.
Oh,
Much
yeah.
more of an impact. And look, that's just the way the game is. And it's terrible to say the word game in a way, but that's where we are for us to sell tickets. The biggest stress with being a stand-up comedian is selling tickets. And I think I would love to be like Kevin Bridges was on last month down in Belfast. He did five nights. What's that? 12,000 people a night?
Yes.
10,000 people a night?
Yeah. Oh, no. Sorry. It depends what setup he's done.
Oh, he's he's doing it the main size.
He's doing the full size SSC.
Oh, the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Kevin Bridges, man.
One
One of the greatest comedians that has been produced in this part of the world.
Well, then, if he's doing 10,000, I think that the SSE full size comedian is 8.
Right, so he's doing 5'8", so he's doing 35. 30, he's doing 40, sorry.
Maths is not one of your...
Not one of my strong points. So he's doing 40,000.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. If I had 120 to 180 people come and see me when I go on tour, I will sleep very well.
Yeah.
But I think that if I can keep writing my sketches, keep doing my comedy, and spend the next year developing my online skills, like you've been helping me with editing and all that, and getting a bit clever, growing this podcast, getting better as a presenter, getting more energy, learning, making mistakes. The key to anything, especially in comedy, is fucking up.
Oh, yeah.
And people don't realise that.
Yeah.
And there's people out there now that, like when I was starting out, it was just before the real social media surge. So you could mess up and no one knew.
Yeah.
Only the people that were in the room that night.
Yeah.
Now you mess up. Ooh. But I've overcome that now, I think. I think I've made a big stride in my own personal development in terms of I would spend... You see, I was going to ask you this question, right? The question is there anything in the last sort of 2 or 3 years of your life that you are unhappy with in your life that you want to change? I'll tell you what it is for me, and if you have to think about it. And I thought about this, and I wanted to ask you this. What are you unhappy with at the moment that you want to change? And what have you changed in the last 3 or 4 years that you're happy with that change? So I'll give you my one, for example. I sometimes, over the last sort of, like, how would I say, without going into it, from Christmas 2017 until the end of lockdown, my life was an absolute shit show.
Right.
Just a shit show. A lot of different factors. My mom got diagnosed with terminal cancer. I broke up with my girlfriend.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I was living with her. I moved home to look after my mom.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped doing comedy. I was only doing maybe 4 gigs a month. I was looking after my mom. Very difficult, incredibly stressful. Treatment, chemo, all that. I don't know how I don't know. It was a privilege to do it, and I was very honoured to do it. But how I got through that time. My mum passes away. I go back to work. COVID. So when COVID came for me, I was like, oh my God, I was so happy.
Really?
Oh, like in the most selfish way possible. Just a break.
Yeah.
to actually process my mum dying and everything that had gone on in my life.
Yeah.
And then during the pandemic, I started to realize that in life, I have sometimes made decisions out of convenience rather than taking on stress. So I would always go on stage, do my gigs in London, living in London, working the circuit, busy 5-6 nights a week, playing the biggest clubs, supporting some of the best acts, getting bits of TV here and there. And then I just stagnated. And I have to admit this to myself. I was at the top of the club level circuit in the UK, performing in Ireland, playing the festivals, but I wasn't able to breach that next level. And what I did was I just became basic. I was comfortable earning a living, and I was very protective over my living because I've always done like minimum wage jobs. So the fact that I was now earning above minimum wage, I didn't want to go back. So instead of me growing even more, what I did was I protected the small bit that I had, and I never took any risks.
Yeah.
And then when I lost my mom, I went, fuck it. Like, I've been to hell.
Yeah.
I'm still in it sometimes with her.
Yeah.
Now I've come out of it and life has reopened. I've gone back on stage and I've gone, you know what? I love comedy so much, but the only way I can really enjoy it is if I come across like I don't care about it. Because I know that if I lost comedy again, because I lost it in COVID, I will happily stack shelves in B&Q again.
Yeah.
So I know what it's like to go backwards now. So I've gone forwards in comedy and got the career that I wanted. I then go through a lot of personal trauma. I then lose my job. So I retract and I go 5 steps back. And I was quite comfortable there. So I thought, you know what? If I have to go back again, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
And that then focused me to actually just put the foot down and go, phoom. And I swear to God, it's the best decision, the best thing. I know it sounds terrible. Like, I know this sounds like, but the last 3 years were 4 years, or worst 4 years of my life.
Yeah.
But probably the best 4 years in terms of me changing.
I get you.
See what I'm saying?
No. Yeah, I understand.
And I just feel so much more alive now and present and funnier. And I've never worked so hard. I've always, worked hard, especially in the circuit and stuff. But I'm now working in a different way and I'm learning. And I'm not afraid to take risks. I just say that to people and I've not read any fucking self-help books. I'm not going to sit here and give you some bullshit jargon about, the usual, get out of bed at 2 a.m. None of that crap.
Yeah.
To me, it was simple things every day. What do I want? What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
What is the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
If I put a video out or I do a gig and I say the wrong thing, we all say the wrong thing. I go to bed, whatever. There was no intention there. I would never harm anybody.
Yeah.
I don't wake up in the morning in my comedy, I don't talk about things that I don't have an experience or I don't understand. So I would never talk about transgender issues because, first of all, I don't know anything about it. Yeah. Second of all, the best of luck to everybody involved. I vote left wing. I will do whatever I can for you. I just don't want to get involved in that debate because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And there's people out there who I think deliberately provoke reactions and that's how they get successful.
I see.
Whereas with me, I'm a bit like, no, if you like comedy and you like my kind of style, please do come and see me. And now that I'm putting myself out there a little bit more, I'm starting to see the rewards by taking the risk. And it's all about the mindset. And also just being a bit more sort of like, well, you know what? Working 9 to 5 in an office is not bad. Stacking shelves is not a bad job. And I think for me, that's the best thing. The best thing to ever happen to me the worst thing to ever happen to me in my life has been the best thing for me.
There you go. That's good perspective, a good mindset on it.
What about you? What things would you, at the moment that's going on in your life, that you would like to change?
I would like to have more confidence in my writing. I think that's a big issue I struggle with. I'm over analytical. I talk myself out of good ideas. Good joke wise, I'm talking here. Not like ideas, business or whatever, but ideas in terms of writing and stuff like that. I'll never let something just have the opportunity to grow and breathe. I'll immediately shut it down. That's something I sort of have to struggle with on a regular basis that I need to change. But that comes from, I think when it comes to the on stage aspect, I've zero issue, performing.
You're a very good performer.
Nothing wrong with that. It's more the homework of sitting down. I need to make more of a conscious effort to sit down once a night or 2 times a week or whatever it is, just for an hour, and just sit with a pen and paper. That needs to be something I do more of,
Don't force it either.
Well, no. But look, I also think you can't force it either. But sometimes you do have to. I think
Yeah.
sometimes you have to, because look, if you don't write anything new, you're not growing. You're not. You're doing the same set for fucking whatever.
Oh yeah, and there's plenty of people. When I say about don't force it, I would sit down and be like, oh, I have to write a joke now. You don't have to. Maybe what you do is you actually could spend an hour looking at a piece of material you have anyway.
Yeah.
And just adding a line.
Yeah.
Like rewriting is writing.
Yeah, no. That makes sense too. And look, sometimes it doesn't have to be a hilarious joke. Sometimes it can just be a thought, a premise, an idea. Just of that, I just need to be more. I just need to get the muscle memory of that. Every day I do a little bit here, a little bit here. That's something I would like to improve.
I have a routine when I'm in Belfast, when I'm not working over in the UK. And next year I do not go to the UK as much. I've cut it down to 1 weekend a month.
That's good because
to force myself to stay here, to create more work here, to create more work on the island in Belfast. I'm even thinking about maybe setting up my own gig. Like Andrew Ryan's comedy club once a month with friends. Yeah. And it's just me hosting and a place for me to play, develop new material, and then have people develop material, and people should pay a fiver in. Yeah. Like whatever. Like outside of Belfast, there's a lot of gigs in Belfast and I don't step on people's toes. Right. So you would bring it somewhere completely different. But that, to a town that needs a comedy club or would like a comedy club, and we can just do a monthly gig there. And I say to myself, like, whereas before I would be like, I need to work all the time, but sometimes less work and more focus on why you're doing your job, why you want to be a comedian, and that time off stage to actually say to yourself, okay, what is it that I'm actually want to talk about? So when I did the Comedy Central thing, is that I want to talk about my mum dying. And then they were like, okay, that's interesting. I was like, yeah. I didn't see anyone else talking about that. Yeah. So next year, I've decided what I'm going to do next year. And I don't know, this might be good for you as well, a little tip for you. I'm abandoning 1 hour of jokes. Yeah. I've got 1 hour of jokes at the moment. I'm dropping every single joke. Yeah. The Seinfeld approach. I am going to ground zero. Yeah. That's scary. My way back up again. That's scary. That's the scariest thing. But you know what? I'm so confident in myself now. Well, that's good. Then you should go for it. I obviously took a big break from stand-up for a while, and I have to say, coming back to the first gig back with no material that's the hardest. Oh, to do a new 5 is like, Jesus. I know. You've none of your tools. You've no crutch. You've nothing. You go, if that doesn't work, I'll just say that because that'll. And then you can't say it. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to suffer. Yeah, you got to suffer. Muhammad Ali said it. I hate training, but I'll be champion for the rest of my life. That's a slogan I never thought I'd ever say. No. So yeah, I think that's something I would. What have you done in the last 3 years that you are proud of? So what you want to work on at the moment is your writing. Yeah. Okay, so that's an area you need to develop. Yeah. Okay, so what have you done in the last 3 years that you're actually proud of a change that you've made? Being able to say no to things. I used to have the habit of saying yes to everything, even if I didn't want to do it. And you would then do a project or do a piece of work and you'd be miserable because you would actually dread that. Yeah, if I had it in calendar, say I have this video shoot in for the 4th of March. The month leading up to the 4th of March, every day of my life, I'm waking up thinking, that's coming up. I'm dreading this. I don't want to do this type thing. And then the day happens and you're like, fucking don't want to be here. Everything, you have to wake up early, blah, blah, blah. And so instead, I've been able, and I'm fortunate to be able to do that. I've worked hard over the last 10 plus years, whatever it's been, to have a good sustainable income where I can look at a job or look at a piece of work and go, nah, do you know what? I'm going to sit that one out. And I think it's, as human beings, and maybe it's in our Irish culture as well, we want to help people and we want to say yes to things and we want to be like, oh yes, and we want to work hard and all these sort of things. But sometimes you got to think about your own mental health too. And you got to think, well, am I taking enough time to see friends, see family? Life's short, and fucking talk about. No, it's very long, Aaron. No, it's not. It's not long. It's not long. Life is too long. No. Life's short, and I think when you were talking about your mum and stuff like that, I think you got to take those moments to appreciate all the people around you, all the fucking good things you have in life, because it won't be here forever. And I think part of that is having the ability to go, you know what, I'm going to sit this one out. As well, I get the point. I fully agree with what you're saying about putting the fucking gas to the pedal, something you're passionate about, something you're fucking really involved in.
I'm all for that too. I'm doing that as well. But there's just sometimes I get offered a project or a piece of work or something that comes around and I go, nah, I don't fancy that. I think having the ability and the power to say no to some things is almost as powerful as saying yes to other things too.
Set your boundaries.
Setting your boundaries for yourself and for your fucking... It is just for your mental health. Like, you know what I mean? I when I was... Sorry to interrupt you. When I was, like, starting years ago, I would fucking... So you were talking about doing, like, 5-6 nights a week at the Comedy Store. You know, I'd be shooting videos 6-7 days a week and then editing videos in the evening. My life was just a fucking constant spiral of video, invoice, video, invoice, video. And then... Eventually, you can only do that for so long before you go, what am I getting out of this? Like, when do I take time to fucking do something that I want to do? Or, you know, that whole thing. There is such a thing as working too fucking much to the ground, like, you know.
Yeah.
But it's good to talk about and think about it. And
I often, sometimes in my life, and I don't know if people who watch this podcast have done this as well, but I just said it earlier that I would make decisions out of convenience rather than reality. And
we all have.
And I think I've made decisions. When I look back on some of the decisions I've made, I actually think to myself, I actually laugh to myself. I mean, it was clear as day that was not going to work out. But I didn't want to let someone down.
Yeah.
And I think inherently, like being a comedian, like I think inherently, like I do have, you know, like a lot of us, you know, I have low self-esteem issues. You know, I take medication. For anxiety and all, Viagra.
I take it.
I take medication. I love me meds.
Yeah.
Oh, I love me meds, mate.
They need more of them.
Me
I
meds.
would love to have more of them. I don't have... I just take a multivitamin.
I love me meds. I take vitamins as well.
Yeah.
I take me meds. I remember like a few times in my life where I would be like, what the fuck am I doing here? Well, like some of the stories we've talked about on this podcast, like that story we talked about a month ago about going to Mallorca and stuff like that. I sit some days and I sit on the bed. I blew like nearly 1,800 quid, $2,000 on a day in Mallorca. Go back and watch it.
That is funny.
But it was, the headline is Solo Mallorca. But anyway, I sometimes sit at the end of the bed sometimes. I'd be putting me socks on, you know?
Yeah.
Like an old man.
Yeah.
Putting me socks on. And I put me socks on and I just sit there and myself, how the fuck have I ended up in East Belfast? How the fuck?
Oh, man.
What decisions
life
have been made
Yeah.
that have put me in a housing estate in East Belfast? And I'm just sitting there going, how, what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm living on my own in a house that I love, in a job that I love. I'm independent man. I think I'm a good laugh. I've got me issues, but nothing major. I don't take drugs or I don't drink a lot. You know, I'm decent. I'm just a bloke, like just an average bloke. Yeah, I'm in fucking East Belfast, and I love it.
Yeah.
But they're looking at me going, what's he doing here? And I'm looking at myself going, I know you're wondering what I'm doing here. I don't even know what I'm doing here. But I'm here. And do you know what? I have to make the best of it until I make the next fucking bad decision.
It's common sense.
I am not moving house now until I get married. If I ever get married.
I was going to say.
If I ever go on dates again, but if I ever get married or go on dates and try and meet someone, I'm telling you, and they'll say to me, oh yeah, do you want to move in? Do you want to move into my place? I'm like, no. We'll give that a couple of years.
Here's what I think: married couples should just have their own house each. Just you have your house, I have my house. We'll fucking visit each other every now and then, whatever during the week.
Basically, go back to an old relationship style, like boyfriend girlfriend.
But you're married. You'll still be married. But look, if you already have a house and I have a house, why the fuck are we coming together to just have one house?
What if it goes wrong? Then one of us has no house.
Yeah, and we know which one that's going to be.
We know which one that's going to be.
So, yeah, and you're back in East Belfast.
Then I'm back in East Belfast. I'm kicking out my tenants. Go on, sorry, Sharon, but Amanda's fucked me out again.
But yeah, like...
She said I was here, but I was never present in the relationship.
But this whole concept of we must spend every day together.
Oh, mate,
we must live together, and we must be together, close to each other. Why did we decide that was a good idea?
Who decided that?
Yeah, exactly.
Who decided marriage was a thing?
And why,
who came up with marriage?
And why can't we then make...
Bet you it was a woman that came up with marriage. I'm going to Google it.
Oh, well, fuck
Who invented marriage? And I bet you 100% it was a woman.
It was hardly a man going, I can't wait to lose half my fucking money here.
Who invented marriage? I bet you it was a woman.
It was fucking the Vatican.
It is widely agreed that the origin of marriage dates back well before recorded history, but the earliest record of its marriage ceremonies uniting one woman and one man. Oh, fuck it. The origins of marriage, 2350 BC. Oh, fucking. Yeah, I bet you they didn't keep any records.
Imagine being a caveman, just being in the first marriage, just getting pitched to you.
Where are you going for your stag do? I beat that. 20 BC. Catholic Church created it. Tradition.
Of course it fucking did.
The fucking Catholics, again, ruining everything, man.
It
doesn't say. Over the next several hundred years, it was widespread. It was Hebrews, Greeks, Romans. I knew it was all them lot. It's always them lot, isn't it?
Yeah, they're up to no good.
Having a look here. Marriage has existed from the comes from the Middle English, which was first seen in 1250 to 1300. Oh, okay. In our world, even today, the people who involved didn't have much to say about the decision, and often today don't either. Correct? It does not say was it invented by a man or a woman. It seemed to be invented by an organisation, like a church. And who's in charge of the churches then? Men.
The priest. It was the priest.
The priests want marriage, and they weren't allowed to get married themselves.
Maybe they did it because they were like...
Well, if we can't be happy, you can't be happy.
No, maybe they were like... Guys, look, this mass thing's going fucking great for us. They're like, yeah,
we need some extra gigs.
So we're like, we got the funeral thing. It's pretty good. Or like, if we anything like we could do in the intern, like we fucking funerals aren't much. They're like,
funerals are bringing in money, but there's no repeat business.
They're like, yeah. They're like, what about like, listen, this is a fucking soft pitch here, but. We just say to them, oh, you got to get married and you got to have sex to get. If you want to have this sex, you got to under Lord saying. They're like, I like where you're going. Fucking let's.
You got to spend 10 grand.
And they're like, can we get the collection basket in? They're like, we can't really put that. That's too in their face. But we can charge. We can like fucking put a donation thing for the priest.
Yeah, and then you have to do a marriage course as well, don't you? In the Catholic Church, you have to go down.
I think so. Yeah,
a marriage course as a priest.
I believe
telling a man and a woman how to be married.
It's like me giving a team talk.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly the same.
That's like a guy that came to my house to value my house, and he was younger than me, and he was like, oh, I'll show you how to get extra value on your house. I'm looking at him going, you don't even own a fucking house, mate. You'll never buy a house.
Yeah,
you're like 26, you're wearing a River Island suit with a clipboard. You're 26 with a clipboard. You're living in a house that your bed sheets that your mum fucking paid for.
Fair play to him. I'm jealous.
But I do feel like...
But yeah, the whole living together thing.
I would like to... I do. You know what? I've lived with 3 girlfriends. Bear in mind, I'm 40, so, just over a longer period, which is actually not that bad. That's one every 5 years.
What a statistic.
Actually do the math.
Every 5 years, I pick a candidate to live with, and then I get rid of them.
It's who's married at first sight. It's just like, who's Andrew's next girlfriend? Question mark. No applications.
Oh, I just love to see that reality show on BBC.
I actually would go on Married at First Sight, and I was at first dates rang me up, and asked me would I go on first dates.
I got one. I
said no.
Take me out years ago, and I also said no. Wow. Yeah. And by the way, this is when it was like in its fucking
prime
peak. I was like, no, because I can imagine just as soon as I go out there.
I'm Aaron, and I'm from West Belfast.
And then fucking be up the steps waving at them goodbye.
Didn't want to go there anyway. She was a bitch.
Oh man, I'll have to tell you this now. You just brought this up. Fuck. So one time, I did get wrangled into a fucking dating show, but here's what happened. They had pitched me. They goes, oh, do you want to go on this like dance contest thing? And I was doing musicals at the time, and I was like, yeah, fucking no problem. Sounds like fun. Send me, it's like money, whatever. No worries.
I got it as well. Channel 4.
Oh,
the dating show through dancing.
Oh, well, here's the thing. So it was a spin-off of. So basically, I did the original pilot, essentially.
Oh, right.
But this was. I'm talking like 10 plus years ago.
Oh,
now.
no, it's a different show.
But it was this. It is. I know the Channel 4 show you're talking about now. I'm pretty sure that the show I did was. They span off that Channel 4 show from this. But back in the day, so. It's a dancing quiz type show, and I was like, oh, fuck yes, whatever, I'm 20 years old, I don't give a fuck, let's do it. So I get flown out there, and the show...
Where's it on? Where's it filming?
It's filming in a studio in London. I can't remember for the life of me. Like, the host was an Irish fella. Right? And I remember getting there and then seeing the signs for the show, and it was like all dating and stuff, and I was like, what the fuck am I in here? And so they basically came up with this show where you would dance, and there would be 3 girls on a panel, and they would decide if they wanted to date you based on your dance move. And it was me and 12 other fellas. Now, I'm already out there, and so I'm like, I just gotta fucking do this now. I'm like a fucking...
So just on your own?
On your own doing a solo dance. Now keep in mind, I'm a good dancer, so it's no big deal. But it was more like, I don't want to be on a fucking dating show. Now, it was only the pilot and it was never going to be aired. So I was like, fuck it.
Just do it.
I was like, I'll just do it, collect the paycheck, no big deal. So I do my dance, fucking out of breath by the end of it, because I'm fucking give everything I got. And the 3 girls, by the way, no fucking harm to them. Shite. Fucking trollops. Absolute free fucking... Andrew... They basically went into the middle of the fucking scummiest part of Essex and went, you're on a show. And they all went, ha ha, and then fucking whatever. Right. Either way, so the 3 girls are looking at me then, and the presenter goes, well, girls, what do you think of Aaron here? And they're all like, yeah, he's not really for me. Yeah, not really well, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm still out of breath. So they all rejected me. I got 3 no's across the board. The Irish presenter goes to me and goes, well, Aaron, what do you think? Blah, blah, blah. Any notes or things you'd like to say to the girls? I'm out of breath and I just go, yous are all lesbians. Live audience, live TV cameras, full audience of people, and silence. Fucking tumbleweeds. Producers just usher me out of the studio, get me a taxi, send me back to my hotel. They're like, you're done. I swear to God.
That is amazing.
I swear to God. That's how little of a fuck I give. I was like, fucking...
So they tricked you?
Yeah,
So you were fucking sticking it to them?
Yeah. I was like, fucking cut that into your fucking pilot show. So I'm pretty sure it got cut out. Like,
oh my God, I love it.
I know.
I'm absolutely buzzing with that.
I
really want to get a clip of that.
I know, there's no word. It's... But
and were they rude to you after you said it?
No, but they were sort of like, they were doing that
really
thing.
have said that kind of thing.
They weren't even, but they were, because I think they knew, look, I was flying on a plane the next day anyway, and fucking, they were just fucking...
Do you want to head back to your hotel to catch your flight, kind of thing, like?
Literally, it was
like,
just...
basically, like, do you want to go now?
It was literally, that's what it was like.
Okay, so we're finished with you now, and thanks for coming in.
100%.
That's how you get rid of people,
and I was like, yep, give me my bag, I'm good. Later, fuckers. I didn't say later,
oh my
fuckers.
God, that was so funny.
Oh man, yeah, I was so fucking proud of myself. The wild. But yeah,
oh
that was...
my God, that is the best crack, man.
Fucking wild.
I remember, did I ever tell a story about me falling out with Jimmy Carr?
No.
Oh man,
I've only met him once after a gig, like just fucking...
Oh my God, I was doing warm up for 8 out of 10 Cats. Does Countdown in Manchester and Salford.
Wow.
And so this is the lineup: James Corden, Kevin Bridges, Susie Dent, Rachel Riley, Sean Locke, John Richardson, Jimmy Carr, and I'm doing the studio warm up. Like, so I go out, big studio, 10 minutes in.
What do you? By the way, before you get into it, do you like studio warm up, or like do you? What do you think of it?
I've been sacked.
As a gig.
I got sacked.
Okay, continue then.
So I'm doing the warm up, and I'd done a few already,
and
they'd all gone well. So they've kept on bringing me back. So when 8 out of 10 Cats gets recorded, they do 2 records in the one day.
Yeah,
great show.
Oh, do you mean
8
to
out of
watch
10
live?
Cats? 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown. Brilliant show
On Channel 4. No,
love the show.
See, I haven't watched it in recent years, but
I think it's a great show.
Yeah, it probably is.
Great comedians on it, and Jimmy Carr's like perfect host for the show. I go out, I do the thing, do about my 10 minutes of comedy, goes really well. Jimmy Carr comes on, he starts the show. So you know that bit where he starts in the middle and he does a couple of jokes to the camera, and then he turns around and joining me today is... So I do my bit and I go off. I'm done. Like, you don't have to go back on. You only go out and do 10 minutes, yeah? So I'm watching the show, and the show is brilliant. And next thing, a wire kind of cable falls from the ceiling. So they shout like, warm up, warm up. So I have to run back out, because while they fix this wire, they have to deal with the thing. So I walk out, like, trying to think on my feet.
Yeah.
Have you got any electricians in? And then Jimmy Carr shouts like, oh, have you got any Polish electricians in? A bit of a laugh and all that kind of stuff. So eventually they get it fixed and I go off. And then it happens again. So I have to go back out again. And I just made a joke like saying, oh, don't worry guys, we'll have you home in 19 hours. And they were not happy with that.
Really?
That I said 19 hours. Clearly it was a joke, because I'm just trying to deal. I'm improvising. And don't think Jimmy Carr was too happy with me, and the producers were not happy with me. And then I have never been back since. And I think the feedback was that I'm giving the impression that the show is being delayed and it's taking too long to record. And I'm like, I mean, the fucking ceiling is... There's things falling from the ceiling.
Wow.
And I'm trying to improvise to fill time, and I'm trying to tell jokes by reacting to what's happening. There's nobody being kept in a studio for 19 hours. It's literally a joke. It's just a joke. And the audience laugh, and I'm like, don't worry, that food and rations are on the way, and you might get some water by tomorrow morning. And everyone's kind of like, oh God, this is mad. But Jimmy wasn't happy.
Wow, it's so funny
because I said that. Now listen, everybody on the bill was really nice to me. I remember that night we went back to the hotel and we were drinking with Russell Howard, Joe Wilkinson. Oh my God, two of the nicest men in the world. Susie Dent is so nice. Spoke to Rachel Riley very briefly. She was lovely. And I'm talking like 5 seconds. Like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Andrew. I had a great time with Joe Wilkinson and Russell Howard, just sitting there just talking about comedy and bad gigs. And it was just like, oh my God, like this is what being a comedian's about. But yeah, I knew that was the end of it then. And I thought, like, if I could have done that for a while and maybe done really well and impressed the bookers and the producers, but because of my joke, Jimmy wasn't happy. And at the end of the day, if it's his show, it's his show. But not his show, but if he's the head guy, like... but I just kind of thought, like, mate, you're a comedian as well.
Yeah,
you know that you have to say stuff to fill time.
How long was a recording an episode?
Oh, probably no more than like an hour and a half.
Man, they used to record in BBC NI a panel show here, Ask Rod Gilbert, if you remember that one.
Yeah, and you used to...
I used to work on it behind the scenes, and man, like, I'm trying... whoever the warm-up was for that, they booked a few different ones, but Jesus, they had to earn their wage. Because fucking they were constantly like, yeah, back on. There was like, because they used to like do stunts and stuff in the middle of it and build sets and stuff like that. And man, I swear, I felt so bad. But here was the worst. I felt worse for the audience. One recording at one point took nearly 5 hours. Now, there was people literally, there was staff having to try keep the audience in, being like, please don't leave. Please don't leave. And people were like, this has been 5 hours of our time watching a 30-minute panel show.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. Is it any wonder fucking Rod used to pull his hair out over just being like...
Exactly, yeah. And I used to do Citizen Kane as well on BBC Two, the sitcom.
Yeah.
That was a really good show to work on. Adele Ray. And I would go out and I would do 5-10 minutes of comedy. And it was a sitcom with audience, like Mrs. Brown's Boys. Not the same show, but the format is the same. So they'd be acting out and then they'd move from one kitchen into a made set. So it's live reaction from the audience. And that was brilliant. So you're actually watching them. You can follow the script and you can see the actors doing the lines and you can see them messing up and redoing. And it was actually so interesting. And then there would be like a line next to go, that's a joke. And you go, how's that funny? And then they do the line on stage and it laughs. And they laugh. And it's such a different game. Like, But yeah, I got sacked from warm-up. I just thought to myself, you know what? I don't really know if warm-up is for me because I don't mind going up and going down 25 times because I compare and host a lot. So I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
I just think it's a bit like I kind of left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth that like I went on. I just felt like I was kind of singled out for nothing really.
Yeah.
You
it
know,
happens.
It is, yeah. But listen, it hasn't affected me. I haven't. It was. I'm fine. I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm still
doing comedy. You're still in East Belfast.
Comedy. Exactly. Yeah. So tell me, Aaron. We've been doing this podcast now together for maybe 3 or 4 months, 4 or 5 months.
Sure.
4 or 5 months, and we have a live show coming up, don't we?
We do on
the 11th of December.
The 11th of December.
It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday, the Lord's Day.
The Lord's Day on a Sunday is going to be ruined by us.
A good day indeed. Have you ever did the Sunflower before?
I've done a gig at the Sunflower, yeah. It's an amazing pub.
Yeah. It's a nice little space, nice little venue. So
we have tickets available, or hopefully if you want any tickets, do please come along. What we're going to do on the night, we're going to do a live podcast record, which will be an hour. And then that's in the second half. And then on the first half, we're going to have stand-up, which I'm going to host.
Nice.
We're going to have a load of guests, maybe 3 or 4 comedians, all doing about 5 to 10 minutes each.
Class.
In the podcast record, we're going to have a quiz.
Amazing.
North versus South. Irish people versus non-Irish, Northern Irish /UK /Diet Coke Irish.
Yes, /Rishi Sunak.
We're going to have a rounds called News of the Week, and you have to tell me, is this news story from the North or is it from the South?
Great.
Which part of the island did it come from?
Great.
So I'll give you an example of one. Is this news story from the North or from the South? A politician said that gay people caused the bad weather. Was that a northern politician or a southern politician?
I mean, you know the stance of a certain percentage of the island up north would probably indicate it's from we're the bad guys.
It's American, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, look at that, hey?
That's the kind of shit to expect on the live show. Misdirection.
If you want an hour of that,
£6.
I also look. I will need the support of my northern people because, as we all know, I'm maybe not the most educated of people.
Well, you're not
about
the
the
most, I'm surprised you don't even know what educated means. You're a
Keynote
very
speaker.
clever man, and I like you. I like you a lot.
Keynote
Very good.
speaker, Philadelphia.
Keynote speaker, Philadelphia, which you might have heard recently.
I know. So yeah, what I'm saying is, please come out to help me. You know what I mean? Come out to fucking.
Oh, Aaron, you're not booked for the live show.
No. I've decided. George Staunton's probably doing it. I've decided.
He actually might be doing it. Yeah.
Yes. So please, it'll be a good crack, a good night, and there won't be many tickets left soon.
Yeah. Can I ask you, Aaron? We've had a very serious podcast today, haven't we?
Yes.
Do you think we've had a serious one?
It's good to mix it up.
We mixed it up. What would you think would make you happy in the short term? What is it that you're looking for?
In the short term?
Yeah, I'm going to ask producer Sean the same question as well. So you think about that, Sean, all right?
In the short term, I guess probably doing a solo show for the first time.
Would you go to Edinburgh?
No, fuck Edinburgh. I've been before.
Fuck it, mate.
Edinburgh's fucking pain in the
fucking
dick.
Fuck, mate. Pain in the dick.
It's just too costly for what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to sell out a show or two somewhere in Belfast. I think that's short-term happiness.
Sunflower would be good. So you want to, by the end of the year, do it, or do you want to build for it for like February, March?
Maybe May, April time.
So you want to do a full hour?
Yeah, or probably about 45, 50. And then cut that down to 30-minute special or whatever.
So that's what you want to do? That's amazing, man.
I think so.
We think we can make that happen.
I think I can make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
The thing about me is I'm always very critical of, again, that sort of negative voice of talking yourself down from something being like, oh yeah, if I put this on sale, there are 5 people who want to buy tickets, and then I'm going to have to fucking pull it or whatever. But at the end of the day...
The stress of that is unbelievable.
Yeah, but look... If that happens, so fucking what? I think there's no shame in at least trying it. And even if you didn't do well, you didn't say well, just putting your hands up and going, yeah, look, give it a whirl, took a punt at it, didn't sell out 9 tickets, just pulled it. It is what it is. I'll try again next year. I think there's no humiliation in that, and I think it's okay to admit a failure if that was to happen. But then I do think from, my confidence sort of voice goes, I should be able to sell a fucking... maybe 100, 150 seater in Belfast somewhere, Do
your Camilla, your Prince Charles sausage fingers bit. Just open with that. Camilla's really all fucking dead.
I think the material's there. I have no problem with the material. It's more the actual event, selling the event.
What's your confidence like? Your self-esteem?
It varies.
Yeah.
But I think it's in a good spot.
Yeah, I think mine's in a really good spot.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? Like I go through bouts of, I feel like since coming out of the pandemic, I really focused my brain and I realized that this is a marathon, not a sprint. And I did things very slowly, gradually improved over time. All right, by the end of the year, I want to achieve this. I know I can't do this on Friday.
Yeah.
And now it's starting to come. But I think if you can focus on, March is a good time. So I get through Christmas and then January, I can put it on sale and focus January, February, March, and then reward yourself afterwards. I've done a solo show. I filmed it. I've cut it up. I've clipped it. I sold 150 tickets at a theatre or whatever room it is. Everybody from Northern Ireland Comedy will be there to support you. And they'll all be plugging it for you.
Oh, yeah.
Because people in comedy are so supportive because comedians need other comedians.
That's true.
If there was only one comedian in Ireland, there's no comedy.
That's true.
There's no comedy circuit. So we need a vibrant scene where people are taking risks, putting stuff out. You're doing a show for me in February at the Black Box, and you'll be able to sell tickets from that. Hopefully, then to
and I'm doing support for you in Newry, doing support in fucking
Dundalk,
Dundalk, and a few other spots that I can't remember. But yeah, I do support for loads of comedians.
Yeah, but that's a good way of kind of building it up.
Oh yeah.
But what are your when you say like your self-esteem's like going up and down? Like, would you be quite fearful of your future? I'm not saying there's anything going to happen to you.
Sometimes I do. And sometimes I don't even fear for... It's not the things I can control. It's more the things I can't control.
Yeah.
It's the things of like, fucking look, mortgage interest rates and all that sort of bullshit. Like, don't get me wrong, I've got savings behind me and I'll get by. Then I also... It's more things. I actually worry more about health issues. So, I'm a pretty healthy person for the most part. But, there's nothing... none of us are guaranteed tomorrow per se. And, how would I deal with, I always think, how would my mindset be if I fucking got cancer? How would it be if I lost a family member? How would it
Jesus,
be?
yeah.
And how would I deal with and and then I go fucking, if something were to kick off like that, do I give up comedy? Do I take a step back? Does that make me a worse comedian? How am I meant to keep up with other comedians if I can't be? There's those little things
Non-stop, man.
Yeah, and you can, but the issue
But
is,
but the thing is, Aaron, you can't live your life now
in fear.
in worrying about the what ifs.
You just got to take what is in the present.
If I got cancer tomorrow, I go, well, I will deal with it tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's how I'm thinking.
you can't over.
Whereas before, I would maybe not think like that. Now it's a bit like, look, we just have to deal with it. If something happens, we just deal with it.
Exactly.
Find a way to deal with it. You always find a way to do. Do you know what the most amazing thing about life is that the amount of people that are so want to help when you ask people for help.
True.
Like
True.
if I've we spoke about this before. I've got about 4 or 5 people that I can ring, and I can guarantee you, I now don't really have a problem picking up that phone anymore.
But yeah. But at one
Whereas
point
before
you
I would have.
Yeah.
The embarrassment, the shame.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stuck. I'm 40 years of age, and I'm worried about something. Mate, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. No one. I know people who are 60, 65 and they're still making mistakes.
Yeah, totally. Life is always, every day is a fucking learning day, like, and yeah, I think I'm not like in a bad mental spot or anything like that. But you know yourself, sometimes the odd thought just leaks in.
Oh man.
And then you just, but look, I think part of what keeps me right is having enough time for myself is key, crucial. Having like 1 or 2 times a week where I'm just not doing anything, just enjoying myself. Another one is just making sure that I'm not fucking eating too much rubbish and shit, and you know what I mean? That's
balance.
a big one.
Get your balance.
Making sure that I'm drinking enough water. Those little things. As long as I do those, we're good,
Yeah. What about you, Sean? Producer Sean, what is it that's coming up in your life that you've changed, and what is it that what is it that you want to change, and what have you changed that you're happy with?
I don't know. I'm fairly happy. At the moment, I think things are.
You're very content,
good.
aren't you? Because you've got a lovely home.
Yeah.
I've been up to your house. You're getting married.
Get married. I'm steadily progressing with like all the music stuff.
Yeah.
I'm starting to become a bit more independent. Financially. With it being able to like spread out the type of work that I do, and being able to produce these things and stuff. I suppose the thing that I fixate on the most is probably the music, and I set quite regular goals with that, and I suppose in a similar way they are in there. The thing for me is that we've got a tour coming up, an Irish tour in November, and like in England and Scotland one in February. And with those, there's like numbers that I think about. With Belfast, it's like I want to sell. We've got a 200 cap room that I want to sell out, and then in all the other places, it's like 50 to 100, and I just sort of see them as like doors. Each time, it's like every time I can like say, right, I've sold that out, or like I've filled that room, I can go on to like the next room.
Progression.
Yeah, because with Belfast, then I know if I sell this one, I could go next time to Limelight or Empire, and try that. With the other ones, there's certain places I can't really take the risk on until I can sell like 50 to 100 tickets. So London, Birmingham, Brighton isn't viable for a full band if you can't sell 75 to 100 tickets.
So you're working on the progress. So you're happy with how you're progressing and focusing on the music.
Yeah.
So you're happy with how that's going.
Yeah.
What would you change
about myself?
Yeah.
I would maybe like to be a bit more. I'm very organized, but I feel like the amount of work that I do, I think I just need to be hyper organized, and I feel like I make a few wee slip ups.
Should we all do that, man? I
every
wouldn't worry
week,
about that.
and I sort of go, right, I should have been on top of that, or if I had have done that, I would have been aware that like I couldn't have done this thing, and so I make wee like mistakes that way. I want to be a bit more organized or sort of set. I sort of fill every block of my day up with like a bit of work instead of going like those 2 hours at the start of the day or wherever is like I'm sorting my shit out.
Yeah. A bit more structure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Now it's good, but all the stuff that I think that we talked about there, nobody is really struggling.
No.
These are all just basic day-to-day things. I mean, we're never going to be perfect as people.
True.
There's no one sitting there going, oh, you know, wake up in the morning and I just want to fucking jump out a window. But anyway, if you are feeling like that, please do speak to somebody. But ladies and gentlemen, listen, I've really enjoyed this podcast.
Me too.
Like normally we come in here and we slag and we chat shit and we take the piss and have a bit of a joke. But this was really interesting to kind of see where people are at. Yeah. It's like a check-in, isn't it?
Yes, that's good.
We've all just had a bit of a check-in today.
Yes.
And we're all doing okay. And I'm getting in a better place. We're all getting into better. Everyone's living in the fucking shit, man. We're all in the shit.
Yeah.
We're just at different stages of the shit.
True.
Yeah.
True. I agree.
Cork and the North podcast. Thanks so much again, Aaron.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, absolutely legendary stuff for you guys to watch this podcast. Please subscribe to the Patreon, like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, come see our live shows. It's all there in the bio. Please do rate us on Spotify. Everything you can do to help us. We really do appreciate everybody that clicks play. And I know that people log off after 15 minutes because I look at the watch time and the analytics. But listen, the fact that you press play is a massive thing. And please do tell people about the podcast. Like, share, subscribe, give us a rating. Much love. See you soon.